Hi guys, this is Anejath from Beatworx Studio and welcome to the first edition of Gear Reviews. A little about me, I've been working with Beatworx for about 3 years and I've been handling gear and sales for about 2 of them. And today we have a very special headphone with us. This is the Pioneer HDJ-X5 and we're going to be reviewing this, taking a look at it and seeing why it's one of our most popular headphones. And here we are guys, back in the studio, and I have the headphones right here in front of me, and let's do a quick unboxing right here in 3, 2, 1. These are the components that you get inside the box of the Pioneer HDJ-X5. As you can see, we have the main headphone component itself. We have a carrying case here, and we have the cable there that of course you get with every headphone. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just go through some of the most fundamental features of the headphone, and we're going to check out what makes it so special and what makes it different from so many other headphones in this price range. These are the headphones right here in front of us. As you can see, these are some of the accessories that you get inside the box, and once you unbox it, this is what you will see, of course. And to begin with, let me just go over the accessories that you get inside. Of course, you get the coiled cable, which of course is coiled so that you can avoid tangles, because of course nobody likes tangles. And other than that, they do provide the 3.5 to 6.5 mm converter, so you can just of course screw it on this way or use it without it. That's totally your call, and that is something you have an option with. And of course, to carry the headphone around, you have this silicone / rubber pouch that comes along with it. It's a soft case, so you can just fold up your headphones, which I'll just show you in a second, and pop it in this and put in your bag, carry it around, and it'll be perfectly safe from dust and the elements. So speaking of the headphone itself, this is it here. As you can see, it's got a foldable swivel, which I'll come to in a second. And the foldable feature which I was talking about, let me just demonstrate that as well, which you can of course make it more portable than it already is. You can fold it this way and fold it in this way. So now you have this compact structure here, and that you can pop it in this bag here and you can carry it around, or just pop it in your bag as it is and carry it around as well. So that is a very convenient feature, of course. And yeah, that covers the accessories that you get in the bag. Let me just put these aside. So now, when we look at headphones, and as consumers mostly when we're looking to buy headphones, one of the first things that you would like to notice and you would like to think about while buying headphones is of course the fit, the sound and things like that. But I have outlined them into of course the 3 most important things, which covers the same thing. It's basically durability, comfort and sound. The top 3 things according to me that you need to look at before you even think about purchasing headphones, or even when you're doing your research about different kinds of headphones. Now of course I understand that it's not possible for you to go and try every single headphone before you actually buy it, but it does help for you to get an idea about all these 3 things and to know yourself a little bit, just so you can make the most informed buying decision. And that is what I'm also here to help you with today. And let's dive in to the specifics and of course a detailed review of each of these aspects in relation to this Pioneer HDJ-X5. So guys, speaking of the durability and the build quality of these headphones, I must say I'm extremely impressed even now. So for a lot of you, it may seem like this pair of headphones is new or kind of new or like a box piece, but believe it or not, it's my personal set of headphones which I've been using for over a year and a half, and they look almost as good as new even now after a little bit of cleaning and of course maintaining them well, which is very important. So speaking of the build quality, as you can see, it's got a very sturdy build. It feels very good to grip, of course, because of all these ridges and marks that are there on the side, and of course over here, and you can hear it as well. It's got this texture on the side. And of course, the other thing, very important, is the headband itself, which is quite flexible and quite durable as well. Again, a very important form factor for DJs, because as a DJ you're continuously removing and putting on your headphones while you're DJing, and of course it's more often than not in stressful scenarios like in a DJ booth. So it's very important that the headphones are able to hold up to that standard and be durable enough so that you don't feel any kind of stress while you're playing. And of course, the next thing, again, a very important thing, especially for me, it's kind of a pet peeve with headphones, is the cushions itself. Now, a very common problem that people have with the cushions on the headphones is that these rubber paddings here start wearing off, as well as the mesh inside becomes very loose and starts falling apart as well. But as you can see in this headphone, even after about 1.5 years of usage, it looks very neat and clean, and most importantly, it's still absolutely intact, as well as the mesh is absolutely intact, which I think is a great takeaway for this headphone. Is of course the quality of the materials used in the headphone, because the price, which I will get to towards the end of this video, you will not get a much better headphone for this price range, like with this quality of materials that they've used. And of course, another cool feature that you obviously will have noticed by now is the swivel option for DJs who like to DJ with one ear. The swivel is about 90 degrees. So there are a lot of other headphones also which have a swivel of about 180 degrees, which may be useful to somebody, but I think for most intents and purposes, a 90-degree swivel should be good enough. I am not someone who uses one ear DJing so much anyway, so this works out for me. But if you are someone who likes to DJ with one ear, a 90-degree swivel will still give you a comfortable hold on your ears, so you can beat match with one ear if you're into that. And of course, coming to the overall build quality of the side panels, and of course the plastic material here. Of course, this material here is made of plastic, but even then it feels very solid, doesn't feel like plastic. And another good thing that I really liked about the headband is these sockets right here on this slider, which lets you adjust the size of the headband and how it fits around your head. So I think that's a very good option, which I will get to also in the next segment, which is going to be about comfort and how the headphone fits on your head. Coming to the comfort of the headphone, which again I think is of course one of the most important things you need to pay attention to while shopping for headphones, is of course how they feel on your head and how they feel on your ears, because a lot of the headphones, if they don't fit your ears well, or if they feel awkward on your head, can cause neck pain, head pain, and even ear fatigue, which is definitely not a good idea, especially since you're going to be using these for long hours in a DJ booth or even at home listening to music or even in your studio. So it's very important, no matter what purpose you use your headphones for, make sure they're as comfortable as you possibly can get them at. So one of the first things that defines comfort is how you can adjust the size of the headphone, because there's no headphone which is a one size fit all headphone. So they provide these adjustments, which is the slider which I was talking about earlier. And one thing I really like about the slider is that even after continuously adjusting it for, as I said, over 1.5 years, for a long period of time like that, the slider has not lost its friction. So it's very good that way, because even if I move it around a lot and I move it a little bit or even a lot, and I of course start using it and I move the headband a lot, I take it off and on my head a lot, the sliders still stay in place and they don't move around much and they still feel solid. So that again is a very good point. Again, coming back to the kind of materials that we use to make this headphone very solid. So that gets a thumbs up for sure. And again, one of the most important parts of the comfort aspect is how the cushions feel and envelop your ears. Of course, this is a sound isolation chamber, as the guys from Pioneer call it, which is of course very handy in loud environments such as clubs, where The cushions completely envelop your ear, and they are able to provide you clean and crisp sound even when there's a lot of chaos going around you, which is of course most cases when DJs are using these in clubs. And I'm saying this from personal experience because I've been using this at my gigs for over a year and a half, and sometimes I put these on and I kind of forget that I'm in a club surrounded by a bunch of people while I'm playing and beat matching. So that of course is a very good thing, and I know for a fact because of that I can rely on these headphones 100%, because at not all gigs you will find good monitoring. Good monitoring is not that easy to come by. So trusting your headphones and having a good pair of headphones is basically like having a really good best friend for a DJ. Coming to the one of the arguably the most important aspects of what can influence your final bottom line decision on buying the headphone is the sound quality. The reason why we buy headphones in the first place is if they sound good or no, right? So most important part of the headphone itself, the speaker, it's a 40 mm dynamic driver from Pioneer, and I must say I've heard a lot of the older Pioneer's headphones. They were good, but I feel that this speaker in particular kind of takes it up a notch in that sense, where it provides a little more superior sound, a little more crispness, a little more defined bass, even though it's not very exaggerated. But that can be a good thing, because when you're beat matching you need a certain amount of bass, of course, to make out the bass frequencies and the mid frequencies, but you don't need it very overwhelming like most casual listening speakers may have. So that is again a very good feature, is that it's got a very defined bass, but it's very clean at the same time, which they've done a very good job with, according to me. And again, speaking of using this in a DJ booth versus a studio, I think it would definitely make sense for you to use this in the studio as well, because it's got a very balanced sound. So if you want something to reference your mix, or like a second opinion for your mix, you can of course listen to your mixes and your tracks on this headphone, and it can definitely give you a good output and a good perspective on how your music sounds. But of course, the main intent of building this headphone and using it is, of course, it belongs in the DJ booth, where it performs its best role, according to me. So I think overall, in terms of the sound quality, because of the size of the drivers and the balanced sound, it makes a very good tool for accurate beat matching, which of course is why we use headphones in the first place as DJs, and the most important factor. And I can say again from personal experience that I've used it in a lot of clubs and a lot of scenarios where I've had to rely on my headphones entirely for beat matching, and they have very rarely let me down, and also that was because of some other technical issues. So that is something that is a major plus point for these headphones. And definitely, if you get a chance, I would definitely say to try it out, because at the end, buying any kind of music gear, especially something like headphones, is the same as shopping for clothes or for shoes, because it's all about your personal fit, your personal style, and your personal taste that it will take effect in your decision making. So that is again something that's very important that you guys need to keep in mind while shopping for any kind of music gear. Of course, in the places that we are and where we live, we may not have access to try it out all the time, but again, there are other ways to do your research. Like, of course, keep watching our videos, and of course subscribe to our channel, so you'll be definitely seeing more and more product reviews, and we'll definitely help you out in making better decisions in buying your headphones, and of course buying all kinds of music gear that you would need. So yeah, bottom line for this headphone, I think the price is great, the sound is great, the fit is great, and the build quality is amazing. So I think out of a good 10 marks, this would get at least 8 to 8.5 stars, according to me, because I've had personal experience with this. And that is again something, as I emphasized before, is my personal experience. This totally depends on how you guys perceive it, the size, on how it fits in your head. As I said, it's all about the feel. So From my end, of course, this headphone definitely gets a big thumbs up. And of course, if you guys have any more questions or any doubts, feel free to put it in the comments and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. And of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more videos from our end. We'll make sure that we keep bringing you quality product reviews to you. And if you have any products of your own that you would like to review, please put it in the comments and or get in touch with us, and we'll definitely be able to help you out with that. This is me signing off. Good day, guys. See you again at the next video.